Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. This is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, everything. Oh my gosh, Chumpettes, I have missed you. I chat with a lot of you in the DMs and in comments, but this is our place to actually chat with each other, tell our opinions, get comfortable in comments, tell us where you're from. We love to hear it. If you are brand new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do this live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The replay goes up immediately on YouTube. And then shortly after, it goes up as a podcast everywhere you get your podcast at Sarah from Texas. So anyways, oh my goodness, Cecile and Mel and Tracy and Anne Marie are on. And Anne Marie is from Scotland. What time is it in Scotland right now? Are you about 6 hours ahead? Or is Scotland the same as London? Like, I'm so bad with geography. Geometry, geography, geology. I'm terrible. Anyways, hope y'all had an amazing New Year's or a calm, relaxing New Year's. Did y'all hear Andy Cohen this morning? This caller called in and it was so sweet. She was so raw and honest about like she has no family. She's like, y'all's New Year's Eve with Andy and Anderson is what keeps me going. I'd had a really rough, depressive state, and I really, really love being kept company by y'all on New Year's Eve. It was so sweet because you know what? Not everyone is blessed with family and friends or family and friends that live in town or with the health to get out and get together for New Year's Eve. So that lady was so sweet that called in and really opened herself up to that. And if you watch, which we're definitely going to chat about Andy and Anderson Cooper's New Year's Eve, we're also going to chat about the Mary Cosby documentary. Like, it was way not harder to watch. It was way more intense than I expected it to be. Like, my view of Mary is back to what I thought of her season 1 and 2. But even worse. That's not a good thing. And then, of course, the craziness of the members only Palm Beach documentary that came out on Netflix that I watched. Oh my goodness. But Anderson touched, if you watched the New Year's Eve, I was kind of in and out of it. We had some, our family was here, obviously, and then some of their friends. And I was in and out of watching it all, but I did watch a lot of it as I could. But the one part, there were so many good parts, but one part that I didn't catch live, but I saw later on some videos was when Anderson gave a few minutes and he talked about like people going through grief and, New Year's Eve isn't the end all be all for everybody. It's not all happy and glorified. One of the reasons that I posted yesterday, I had just gotten out of church. I was hosting some friends from church later that day. So I guess it was more on my mind than ever to reach out to people that might need prayer or that might be willing to pray for other people. I feel like all my feed the past few weeks was several celebrities whose children are going through, clearly have been going through. It started with the Rob Reiner and Michelle double murder, allegedly by their son, and the mental health struggles that he's had for years and the substance abuse that he's had for years. And clearly that is worst case scenario. But, now we hear there was just so many people, content creators, celebrities, actors, reality TV stars that have ended their own lives lately. And I know we hear about it quicker because those things kind of go through social media so fast. But I don't know if it's more rampant. I don't know where the numbers are. But if stuff like that doesn't hit you and make you want to pray for others and make you want to be aware, even Bethany Frankel, like, I guess he was like a makeup artist to her. She posted this very heartfelt thing over, and I think it was, I'd have to look it up to be honest with you, but I think it was New Year's Eve maybe that he chose to end his own life, and how affected she was by that. And it just seems like the world is pretty dark. And I just wanted to make a video to give everyone the option to comment if they needed specific prayers, comment if they needed prayers that they didn't want to put out specifically, but they needed prayers, and to let other people do that for them. Because, not everybody goes to church. Not everybody has a church group. They might go to church and really not know many people at church, and want to pray for others, or people that need prayer, right? So, anyways, it was just on my brain because there was just a lot of negativity, and I don't even watch. I say negativity, I mean raw, brutal honesty about what happens with mental health struggles and substance abuse struggles, right? And like I said, the Rob and Michelle Reiner thing really sparked that, but it's been going on for hundreds of years. It just seems like it was a lot more than usual of it the past few weeks. And as y'all know, I don't even watch like mainstream news. Like, I know there was some stuff going on, is some stuff going on with Venezuela, Colombia. I guess it was affecting the air in, they couldn't fly out of Puerto Rico and St. Bart. So the rich billionaires were complaining about not being able to get home, and their children cannot start school on time and all these things. So, but that's the least of the worries of when it seems like our country is trying to go to war or something. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones was another daughter of a celebrity that passed away from alleged substance abuse issues. So anyways, thank you, Cecile, for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. Get comfortable in comments. Let us know. Okay. Let me know, did you watch Andy and Anderson on New Year's Eve this year? So there was lots of stuff. I don't even think they were as drunk as I've seen them in the past. I think they kind of held it off a little bit, but there is a lot of people there are a lot of people that want them to get drunk. They want them to say things, and they want Anderson to start giggling. And really, I think it's the little shots of tequila that do get Anderson giggling, right? Because he's not exactly the most emotional or lighthearted personality, right? Andy definitely takes that in their friendship. But there was a lot of talk afterwards that, CNN is going to fire him and he was a drunk. And I'm like, no way. Then there was talk that he's gotten Botox and a facelift. I'm like, y'all do not listen to Andy Cohen then. I feel like, I don't know him, but I feel like he's honest on Andy Cohen Live. And everything that I know he's done is a little bit of Botox. He recently got his 4 front teeth done, but very subtle, like an improvement for sure, but very subtle. And he had makeup on New Year's Eve and good lighting. Like, everyone's saying he got that bluff thing, which I'm kind of starting to need. The bluff thing, I don't know, it's some big long word, but it's basically some surgery where they cut you right here and you look like that instead of looking like this, where I even know a man, I mean, men get it done too. Cole Paulson, gay man with a spray tan, adore him, just recently posted about it a month or two ago, and he looks awesome. But I know an older man who could give a shit about physical appearance. He got it done because it was weighing on him. Literally, he was having to lift his eyes up. So that's why he got it done. So if I ever get to that point, then I would have it done. But I don't really think, like, I've never done Botox. I'm okay with aging. Like, I do realize my neck and my chest look like I'm 52, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I am 50. My hands look wrinkly, I don't have lotion on them right now, but I am. I mean, I'm not going to walk around trying to look like I'm not. Yeah, Tracy says, I think that Andy and Anderson are so funny together. And the only awkward part is, I thought when BJ Novak, which I think Andy's actually friends with him. I know he's an actor, but I don't really know what he's in. I just thought it was, he looked like he didn't want to be there. He just looked like Andy and Anderson were having like their own party, and Andy clearly wanted to hear Diana Ross perform live right behind him. And then BJ's just like standing there. So I thought that was a little bit awkward. But other than that, I thought it was really good. I did make a video of his political rant that happened a little bit after midnight. No. It would have been midnight New York City time. I'm Texas time. So 11 p.m. And, he's done that before. So he did talk about the the mayor and all these things. And so I did a video of that. It has like over 5 million views. The comments are crazy. I don't even keep up with them. It's getting political, obviously. I hate Andy. I love Andy, blah, blah, blah. I don't even get into all that. But the fact is, people like watching Andy Cohen, right? I mean, I'm a huge Andy Cohen fan, so I love it. What are y'all talking about? After Andy sold out Kathy Griffin, I never watched the New Year's Eve show again. I mean, I think they're on friendlier terms lately. They have talked about oh, I love that. Anne Marie says, I don't have any wrinkles. I have laughter lines. That's what I say about these, right? The fact that I smile, of course, I have dimples, but it means, if I have lines right here and here, it's because I'm laughing and smiling. I don't mind that at all. Anyways, but Fave starts talking about the OWN channel. She just told me about this. I just reshared it. What's the name of the show? I'm trying to find it. Bell Collective. Says Fave Stars. Bell Collective is on the OWN channel. But what got me is it's already on season 6. I'm like, why is it on season 6 and I haven't heard anything about it? But I mean, maybe I'll try to watch it. I don't know. Okay. Andy did tell us today live on the radio. He's like, oh, I just got an email. He goes, oh, I mean a text from CNN. And they told us that we just had the second highest ratings New Year's Eve ever, only behind the pandemic New Year's Eve where everyone was inside. So I think they're pretty happy with them. All these rants about, oh, they're going to fire him. CNN doesn't like him drunk. He even said the only note that I get from them, which means like piece of suggestive advice, every year they give this and they just say, have fun. That's all they ever tell him. Have fun. So it doesn't sound like they're limiting. It doesn't sound like they're telling him to do something. It sounds like they're saying, be yourself. This is why we hire you and Anderson together, is because people love y'all together. And even if they don't love them, they love to hate on them. I mean, Andy even said, today is January 5th. They are still making the news, whether it's his bright, shiny turquoise puffer jacket that is absolutely sold out already, whether it's his hair that I think look more like his mom, whether it's that the fact that they're saying he got like hidden secretive plastic surgery that he's not admitting to, whether CNN is going to fire him or not. I mean, they're still talking. So if your name is still on people's mouth after 5 days, 6 days after the event, then I would venture to say they're doing something right. Well, Mary says, didn't he attempt to sober New Year's Eve one year? So one year they said they had to be sober and then they took it back. So basically Andy Cohen took it back and let everybody do it. So anyways, what do y'all want to talk about next? Mary Cosby documentary or Members Only Palm Beach? Oh my gosh. Or Jax Taylor. Somebody just sent me a chumpette in DM and said that they saw that some Bravo account had said that Jax Taylor has been evicted. So I don't know if that's true or not. Don't know if he still lived in that fancy condo that was right next door to Tom Schwartz. Don't know if he's moved in with Tom Schwartz. Don't know if he's moved home to Florida. Let's see if we've even seen him. He had me blocked for a while, and now I'm not blocked. So he was he's a real blocky person. He likes to block. So I don't see any stories still. And the last time he's posted on his grid looks like September 2025, which I'm assuming means he also hasn't posted his podcast that is In the Mind of Jax, so that he hasn't done for a while. So I'm not really sure what he's doing for money. When I posted that video a few weeks ago about, how was Jax Taylor and that I'm worried about him, some people were like, I have the lowdown. I know that he's doing well and he's just laying low and staying off social media for his mental health. I'm like, that's great. Then 3 other people would say, I have the lowdown. He's been in rehab. He's in this long-term rehab. So I don't know what the truth is. I don't really care. I mean, do I care? Do I think Jax owes it to? I don't know. I feel like, what's his career going to be, y'all? He's only like late 40s, right? Is he like 47-ish? Like, he's got a long time to make some serious cash because he's in a lot of debt. He left Brittany with a house that wasn't, the mortgage wasn't being paid. I assume all the other bills weren't being paid. He's got a lifetime. He's got to help raise Cruz. She's got to also. So he needs a career. So I kind of think the only thing he's good at is reality TV. But I can tell you, you know what's not going to pay the bills? Is all these little bitty nonsense ones that he's gone on, these little dinky dink ones. You know what I mean? So I don't know what he's going to do. The reason I say he needs to tell us is to keep his name on people's lips, to either garner support or sympathy or, more hatred, keep his name on people's lips. That's how he gets, the followers. That's how he gets people looking. Then you turn around and you do an ad and then you get people looking at all that. You know what I mean? Cecile says, I loved Palm Beach. I kind of did too, but she hasn't watched the Mary documentary yet. Fave Star says, is it me or all of those people surrounding Jeff Lewis now are just trying to get into the new show? Well, I mean, they're going to be on the new show, according to Jeff, right? That's kind of what will make up still flipping out, is the fact that he's got all these people about him and these big personalities. Somebody DM'd me the other day and said that they thought Annie was the next person on the chopping block. I mean, I don't know. Could that happen? Absolutely. Do I feel like, if y'all been around a while, I've said, first of all, I'm the first one that hired Annie. I was her very first client. I don't even know if she I know she didn't have a business plan because she had to wait and get all the legal stuff done like a week or 2 or 3 before I could officially hire her. And she gave me the contract to sign. But I hired her to do my social media a couple of years ago. So I know her professionally and a little bit personally. I've always said, though, she is perfect for this Jeff Lewis gig. She worked for Heather McDonald before as her social media or her podcast producer, whatever it was. She knows the world. She knows what she has to say and do to get views and likes, and she's willing to say it. So a lot of people have a crazy life. They do crazy things. They say crazy things, but they would never put it out there, right? On social media or a reality TV show. Annie is willing to do that. She's willing to get the backlash. She's willing to have people bitch and moan about her. She wants her name on people's lips, very much so. So I think she's perfect. Same with Shane. Kian has really come out of his shell the last 6 or 8 months. I guess since when he left to do other things, whatever he ended up doing, and then when he came back, it was like this automatic shift. Like, he wasn't shy. He would get on microphone. Now he's on videos. Now he's taking pictures. He's going to events. I mean, he is really taken to the whole being part of Jeff Lewis. Maybe it's the money. I mean, the fame, the whatever, but he definitely has. Fave Stars. And I just learned that who told me? Because y'all know I don't listen to Jeff Lewis anymore. Brogan is now Carrie's assistant. I'm like, how is she paying enough to, I don't know. Anyways, Fave Star says, with Shane's experience, he should have already moved on from being Jeff's assistant to a real Hollywood star assistant. He gets a lot of perks and a lot of fame from that. And I think together that is really good for Shane. So I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah, Christina says, I like Annie's TikToks. I mean, as soon as she started doing behind the scenes, I mean, I knew that was going to be gold. For one thing, she's really the only one that covers Jeff Lewis. I mean, they don't really have Jeff Lewis themed or strong Instagram or TikTok accounts about him, right? He doesn't put up enough content about himself or Instagram stories to get people talking. Pretty much he does the podcast, and then whenever this new show comes out, you know what I mean? Jet says, Sarah, did you hear that Kelly and Rick talk about their dinner with Jeff and his parents this weekend? Got a little heated and political. Oh, interesting. Wait, aren't they? Is Jeff's parents not aligned with all of them politically? I guess I always would assume, because I don't talk politics with Jeff, that Rick and Kelly and Jeff Lewis and Jeff's parents have the same political thought process, but I have no idea. No, I haven't watched it yet. Are they back on YouTube? Kelly and Rick. Has she blocked me? Can you even block on YouTube? I don't even know. Rick and Kelly Daily Smash. Okay, she hasn't blocked me. Let's see. Are they back? How do I get all of this ad? Get off this ad, skip.
Hey guys, welcome to your Daily Smash. January 5th, I'm Rick.
This is this today's? I guess it's Monday. I don't even know how to look at their thing. Let's see. 4,900 views. I mean, I think it's their Patreon that must pay them, because the views on that YouTube is not paying what their lifestyle needs. But no, I haven't watched it yet. I've heard that from a lot of people, that they quit listening to Jeff Lewis after they took the video off. That was really, I clearly listened to it live, or as live as I could, because I did a podcast about it and talked about Jeff Lewis live. But I would have preferred to have watched the video at night. But it was also annoying that SiriusXM would never do the push notification to let you know when the video went up. They never said, oh, it's going to go up at 5 Pacific, or it was always such random times. It was annoying. Like, I've got a life. I mean, believe it or not, I've got a plan around these things. It's a lot of crap that I watch on TV and listen to on Andy Cohen Live. Like, not crap, but I need to, you know what I mean? That's true. Sherry says, I mean, Jeff was 54 years old before he voted for the first time. That is true, but I just assumed he had the same political thought process. I don't know. Oh, Cecile says, I quit listening to Jeff Lewis after the Megan thing. That was enough. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Well, let's just talk about members only Palm Beach. Speaking of insanity, I mean, I do not know what to think of these. It's about, so Gail is the older woman that is I don't know, saying, you know, what she used to be, and I used to be this like 20, 25 years ago. Rosalind is a current lady on it. Maria, so I think she's kind of a friend of, and so is this Sue Bell that I've seen on TikTok. Rosalind, Maria. Rosalind is more like Melissa Gorga, like, you know, beautiful, you know, elegant, what have you, but super potty mouth, super thirsty, trying to be let into the socialite world of Palm Beach. She ain't gonna make it, honey. I don't know anything about any kind of socialite, because look at me. I've got a freaking Friends hoodie on, you know, and my hair in a ponytail, no makeup. I've got jeans on. I mean, I was volunteering at the food bank today. There is nothing about me that wants to be a socialite or wants. Do I love some good hair and makeup? Absolutely. I have loved when I've had my hair and makeup professionally done, for sure. But do I want to dress like that all the time? Oh, hell no. Do I want to own $1,500 dresses? No, but their dresses don't look like they're $1,500. Maria is like super muscly, like beyond super muscly. Never once do they talk about her. Well, they talk about her eating black chicken, burnt chicken, not black chicken, burnt chicken. And I guess she worked out. No, that wasn't even her. Who works out with Hillary? Somebody goes to the beach and does some workout with Hillary, and Hillary's like, and there was seaweed everywhere. It really was disgusting. It's only 8 episodes on Netflix. They're only about 37 to 42 minutes each. It's worth a watch, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that these women have husbands and family and children and neighbors, and yet they're willing to go on a show and notably be so thirsty. Like, they're getting mentors to get them into the socialite world of Palm Beach. And there's nothing about any of them. Hillary is allegedly best friends with Jill Zarin, which they look alike. They talk alike. I mean, they dress alike. They're businesswomen. But Jill Zarin wasn't on the show at all. We get a tiny glimpse of Teresa Giudice at the very end at Taja's birthday party, but nothing else in that. So, I mean, right. Cecile's like, I can't with Maria's boobs. They are ginormous. Her arms are like a bodybuilder. She's raunchy. She's dresses icky. Her hair is icky. Like they're all putting down Gail. And I'm like, I don't know. But then again, Gail's got her own drama. She's all about like name dropping and Donald Trump this and Mar-a-Lago that and Elon Musk and Romina is loving uh Romina is the did I say Rosalind is the one that looks like Melissa Gorga? Y'all, it's Romina that looks like Melissa Gorga. Rosalind, she reminds me of a mix of Tinsley from New York and Ramona Singer. No, not a Ramona Singer, not with the way Rosalind talks. Anyways, but there was one part where Rosalind was off camera. She was like, the cameras are down, right? They're down. And then she like says the word, like earlier in the show, she wouldn't even say like the word asshole. She was like, the word AH. No, that was Hillary. I'm getting all my girls mixed up. Hillary wouldn't say the word AH. And then she was off camera and she says like something, they are so faking it for the cameras. Their Instagrams have come up now on my thing. So is the guy Coy that was apparently the assistant to Hillary. He's not anymore. I think he was only her assistant on the show, as if she had a full-time assistant, and she doesn't. It was so gross. Oh, I meant to watch that. Dang it. Maybe I started recording it. I don't know. Christina says, are you watching Worst Cooks in America? Lisa Barlow, Reza, CT, and other celebs. Is it any good? I'm kind of over Lisa Barlow. And if you saw the TikTok of hers that popped up on me the other day, it was her promoting her tequila bar and like nobody was there. It looked like a bunch of normal people that she got, like tourists that she dragged off the street. Like they look as shocked as she is that they're even there. They're not dressed for the event. They're like, and she's like, come in. I'm like, girl, you got like 6 people in your video. Like that's the best you could come up with. Like you are a party, you're an event planner. Like you put on massive events allegedly. It was crazy. Me too. I think the luster of a lot of Salt Lake City people is going away. We will definitely chat about what I think about Mary Cosby, but the luster of Lisa Barlow is coming off too. And obviously whatever's going on with Meredith, I feel like Lisa Barlow has much less money. And I don't give a shit what people have in their bank account, right? But when you want to go on a TV show and act as if you have money and put down other people for not having money, then if you don't have money, like I would love to see her bank account. Maybe not exactly, but just a number or two. Like, do you own your house? Do you own any property? Own outright? I mean, like you own the mortgage, or you don't even have a mortgage, whatever it's called. What do you have in your 401k? What do you have in retirement? I mean, we just learned that Dorit says, I don't think there's any retirement. I don't think we have any bank accounts set up that I'm aware of, which means they are basically living paycheck to paycheck. So whatever she makes on anything she makes, that's the money that she has. Like she has no cushion at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not oblivious to the stats of how many people have credit card debt. So I don't know if someone has credit card debt, that would make me assume they don't have much in their savings for retirement or for a rainy day or an emergency fund. Because I would think if you took care of that, you wouldn't be in credit card debt if you're financially responsible. And I don't mean situations because I don't want to hear from you. Oh my gosh, my husband lost his job. And no. I don't mean worst case scenarios. I mean, in general, these women are going on these shows, acting like they've got money, dressing to a T, spending money on glam every freaking day, according to Lisa Barlow. And I don't think she has 2 nickels to rub together. So that video was shocking to see so few people there because I'm like, why would you even put this video up? Like it did worse for you than, you know what I mean? Yeah, they all owe money to the IRS. Look, if you owe that much money to the IRS, that means you made fivefold. I mean, if you owe $1 million, like Jax Taylor, Teresa Giudice owes money to the uh, IRS. Dorit owes money to the IRS. I mean, they all owe money, which means they don't have the money to pay it. You wouldn't owe the IRS if you got money in the bank. Nobody is sitting on $4 million at their financial account and they're just not paying the IRS, because I think the IRS can step in legally and take that money. I don't even know. I don't want to know. I've always been financially responsible. Some might call me cheap. But I've always been financially responsible. So in my eyes, if things go awry, I just adjust our spending. I adjust our lifestyle immediately, right? And also, if our spending, if our salary in my husband doesn't make salary, if his commission goes up, I also don't start spending accordingly. You know what I mean? Like I don't spend what we have. I think these housewives are spending way more than they have and then being super bitchy, acting like they've got all the money in the world. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Oh, Christina says, I heard a repeat of Reality Checked with Kiki and Dorinda. Ramona was a guest promoting a film she was in showing on Tubi. I can't remember the name of Ramona. Speaking of Ramona, I mean, I don't know what she's doing. Does she still have a jewelry line? Is she a realtor now? Like, is she still making money? Does she have money and she just works because she loves working? Great. Did she and Mario have enough money when they split up? But I did see a video that popped up of her daughter Avery, and when I Googled, it was talking about her saving her eggs so she can have a baby later in life. So I Googled how old she is. Well, the wrong Avery singer came up, and it showed me that she was 38, and my brain didn't even think. My brain just went, holy crap, I am so old, because I absolutely remember Avery Singer's 16th birthday party that was shown on Real Housewives of New York City. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so old. This lady is 38. No, she's like 29 or 30. So very big difference. Anyways, but they had a podcast, Turtle Time. They don't do that podcast anymore. Just the luster, I think, of a lot of people. I think I don't know who listens to like Teresa's podcast anymore. Like all these podcasts, Sheena Shea, Shenanigans, Give Me Lala. Are these people listening to these podcasts as much? Do they even have as much to say? I don't know. I would love to think that she does. LTG says, does Amy Phillips still do her podcast? I don't know. Let me look at her Instagram if it says. I think she moved almost exclusive. I think she gives a couple of podcasts for free, like public podcasts, and then I think a couple of them went to Patreon. I paid for her Patreon for a little bit, and then I just quit listening because I was never going to Patreon to listen. I'm not saying that she shouldn't make her money that way, but I wish she would have stayed on Radio Andy, even if she kept oh, wait. Oh, so he's employed by Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Sherry says the link. So LinkedIn shows. Oh, LinkedIn, the whatever that work thing is. LinkedIn shows that Carrie Lewis and Brogan are both employed by Douglas Elliman. So maybe he's trying to get into real estate and he's like shadowing her, because I do think people do that. I know. It's like Jax Taylor. I'm worried about Lala. Like, what is Lala going to be doing for income in 10 years, 5 years? What is Sheena Shea going to be doing? Will Sheena and Brock still be married? Will he move to yet another country and abandon their sweet little girl? Melissa says, because, he's got 2 other kids in Australia that he hasn't seen in years. Melissa says, I'm worried about Sheena. She has 2 houses. Brock does nothing. No Vanderpump Rules or Valley. I know he was doing Instagram for a while, but see, Instagram and TikTok and all that, they don't pay a lot like they used to. Used to get paid for views, and for some people, a good video on TikTok or well, I don't know what Instagram ever paid because I always get like 2 cents. It's weird. But on TikTok, if a video of mine did really well, an original video of mine, you could make $250 to $300. Well, that was substantial to me because I'm like, okay, that's good, right? You put in your time and effort and you get paid for it. Now it seems like you only make any money if you're doing ads, which means companies are reaching out, products are reaching out. Well, if Brock isn't really on TV and nobody's talking about him, then he might have however many followers he has. Let's see how many he has on Instagram. But it's not like being an influencer used to be, where like Kim Kardashian used to get paid $1 million for a post or a story. Brock, let's see what is his, okay, Brock, father of 3, hubby to Sheena, BrockTheBuilder.tv. So maybe he does that. He's got 435,000 followers. But see, I don't know how many people are looking at his stuff now. Like a lot of his videos have like 40,000, 65,000, 93,000 views. So that's not paying him. Like he's only really going to make any money if he's on TV, if he's got his name out there, if people are paying him to do ads. So who knows? Fave stars. How can you have a show, Jeff Lewis Live, not be able to show your reality? He's a father. How will it translate on our screens? Oh, because Gage probably won't allow Monroe to be seen. I don't know. I'm fine with him not being shown as a dad. I mean, I'm fine with him showing the drama of Jeff Lewis Live and his, design stuff and his normal dating life and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? What does Apache K mean? Sherry says there's people on social media now that are literally reading the internet on camera, hoping for Apache K. I don't know what Apache K means. Yeah. Oh, the AI thing. Who was? Oh, Vicky Gunvalson's daughter, Brianna. Somehow it came up yesterday, or maybe someone sent it to me in a DM. I don't even know. Yeah, someone sent it to me in a DM. And it was AI had made this picture of her husband as if he got arrested for domestic violence against her. And it was all fake. And so then she posted going, this is disgusting. And then she was, of course, kind of off the rail. He had an earring in the fake AI arrest picture. And she was like, why would you, the most insulting thing is that you would show him with one earring in. He's not a one earring guy. It was kind of weird. I'm like, I don't know if that's the point, but it was giving more credit to the AI thing because I would have never even known about the story, probably had she not posted about it and then somebody sent it to me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's what you get when you have a co-parented situation, though. You don't get to. What is the latest? I know for a while Jeff said that he was going to sue Gage for full custody, meaning not custody as far as Gage seeing her, but making all the legal decisions and medical decisions and school decisions about her, which would mean he had the say to put her on TV or not, and Gage wouldn't have that say at all. He said he was going to sue for that. I don't know if that was happening or if he's talking about it at all or not. But Christina says Gage won't let Monroe's face be shown in public, but he has that right. He is on the birth certificate as her father, and Jeff Lewis has made it very clear that he might regret that, but that he would have never made the decision to be a dad if he was not at the time in a relationship with Gage, because they both wanted to be dads. So, that's what happens when you break up, though, and you've got him on the birth certificate. Gage is not married yet because somebody would send me, because Gage, I'm sure, still has me blocked. I would never, not that I ever followed him, but y'all do send me that when he got engaged a few months ago and his goofy new hairstyle. Gage, what's his last name? It's some weird, I know he has me blocked, but anyways, somebody would send it to me if he had. The only reason he has followers on his public Instagram is because they're Jeff Lewis Live listeners or former listeners, or they knew him from Flipping Out. Like he knows nobody's watching him about, yes, Gage Edward, but his another name, right? His legal name is something. Melissa says Lala Kent also supports her mom and brother and 2 kids. Thinks she gets nothing or next to nothing from Randall. Oh, I bet she gets money from Randall for the one kid, for Ocean, not for her baby that she had on her own. But I don't know. Yeah, the mustache that Gage has. It's so, and I think he's a cute guy. I think Scott is super handsome. I said from the get-go that, yeah, Fredenberg, Gage is legal last name. They're meant for each other more than either one of them should have ever been with Jeff. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, the mustache on Gage is interesting. Okay, back to members only Palm Beach. Okay, apparently you're not supposed to, the etiquette thing. So they're basically, this whole show is about these women that are not really friends, but some of them do know each other. It's kind of like the Housewives, where some of them do actually know each other, have a little bit of history, but nobody is like truly besties. Even though Romina and Maria claim to be besties, they're really not. They're both out for themselves. You know what I mean? They would both step on the other one's gown going into an event if it meant they were going to get in first and get, pictured on the red carpet for damn sure. But apparently you're not supposed to show your boobs and your knees in the same dress. So you can have tits out like a lot of them do, but you can't also show your knees, meaning have a short dress. Or you can have a short dress and be a little more conservative up top. So I'm trying to learn. It's just very interesting. I kind of like that they have necks that look more their age than other people. They show their arms, and their arms don't look like fake and made up and all this stuff. Their hair, Gail, gets dogged for the wigs that she wears. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad wig. You know what I mean? Romina got her wealth because her parents, as immigrants, had like a medical health company. She says she grew that and sold it for $42 million. Now, does she look like, I don't know what selling for 42 million means. I've never had anything for 42 million. Does that mean she got 42 million? Because nothing about Romina looks like she has 42 million in the bank, or looks like she has 42 million in property or clothes. You know what I mean? I don't know. She's very loud, dresses very skimpy, inappropriate. She says, oh, teach me the ways, mentor me, let me, help me get into society. And then when they do, she doesn't take their advice at all. Like the fact that a few of them, I think Hillary and no, Rosalind and Gail, maybe those 2, because they're like weird besties. Like, I love you. You're the best. Oh my God, you're going to take over the baton. I'm passing you the baton. Here's a crown. You're going to be the crown of Palm Beach. And Rosalind's like, oh my God, this is amazing. You're the best, Gail. You were everything. You were like the queen. You were the grande dame of Palm Beach. I'm like, okay, but now you have no money. Now you live in an apartment. Like, what the hell is going on, Gail? Like, where did your money go? Like, she was married to money. She had money. I don't know where their money went. And it's sad. I get it. I mean, I get that some generations will have money, and then throughout another generation, other people have spent or lost or sold land or sold property or what have you. I don't know how people in their lifetime go from such extreme wealth to not wealthy at all, because I don't really know her bank account, but I don't imagine you've got all the money in the world in living in an apartment that you won't show on this show. Because I feel like if she had something to show, then she would have done her confessionals inside the same place and background that Rosalind's confessionals were done, because they didn't show her at her house, her apartment. They showed her at Rosalind's when she was doing the confessionals. No, they're not related. They're just best friends. If they were related, they would have said. Tracy says, did you hear that Jill Zarin and Hillary are related? No, they're best friends. Because Jill's daughter, what's her freaking name? Not Abby. What's Jill Jaron's daughter's name? Anyways, she posts a lot on social media. She's all single, ready to mingle. They do look alike, but I think if they just called them best friends. I think so too. Mama Judy says Gail and Rosalind are just obnoxious. I mean, talk about looking like they were all up each other's arse. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That's true. But see, that's that's another generation. Melissa says, look at the Vanderbilts. Anderson Cooper wasn't left with much from the extreme generational wealth. Exactly. Ali Shapiro. Yeah, not Abby. Yeah, for sure. It's sad that do I think it's greed? Yeah, I think it's greed. I think it's because think I think it's greed. I think it's irresponsible. I think so many things. I think you're just clearly spending way more money than you have, assuming it's always going to be there. But probably more than not, with these socialites and these wannabes looking like this, they're doing it because they want to look and have the appearance of money, and they really don't. So that's a whole different ball game to me. Kim Zolciak Bierman. That girl ain't got no money yet. She wants to post like she's got money. I'm like, you don't have money. Pay the bills you have. Quit asking for your children for money to pay your bills for your other 4 kids that you had with this new, with the new dude. Now old dude, now soon to be divorced dude. Oh. Okay. So Hillary's kind of proper, right? She's a businesswoman. Think Jill Zarin. She's very much Jill Zarin. And I do think Jill Zarin is truly more proper. So Maria has this emotional trauma from her childhood and leaves the table. Everyone follows after her. I do think there was a hint of it that was drama. I do think Hillary touched on that she just wants attention, and everything she does, she wants attention. But in this thing of talking about my mom and this and blaming all of this stuff on her mom and the relationship and how she was raised, it's like the F-bombs are just spewing. It was gross. And so when Hillary, I thought very subtly and kind of respectfully said, hey, you gotta stop with the F-bombs. I mean, it was disgusting. It was over the top. It was grotesque. It was no way for anyone to be speaking, especially when you're trying to garner sympathy, which she always is. She always was bringing up her mom and how she was raised, and she didn't have this and she didn't have that, and all this stuff. Hey, Lisa in Kentucky is here. I don't know who has money. Mama Judy says, not sure any of them except Hillary have much money, but Hillary's a brat. I don't love that I now found out that guy Coy is not even working for her anymore. And I only found out that because he popped up on my TikTok account with saying, let me tell you how it is to work for someone with money and be an executive assistant. And she was great to work for. And I'm like, oh, that means she's not hiring you now? She doesn't need you now? What? Yeah, Mama Judy says the potty mouths were almost unwatchable. It was just not even the potty mouths. Being at a party and having Rosalind ask for real champagne, I don't know. I don't even like champagne. I would want more orange juice in my champagne than not, or cranberry juice. But also I'm not a big drinker at all. But to be somewhere, if you are with people of a high status, I don't think you need to ask if it's real champagne or Prosecco. That was just gross to me. I get if you ask for a Vouv or whatever that orange brand is versus, I don't even know what brands are, the cheap brand of, $4 alleged, champagne. But for asking for real champagne, it was Rosalind was very embarrassing. They don't show her husband at all. Who do they show? They show Roman, which is Romina's husband, but not in that great of a light. They kind of show him as if he doesn't really support her, or maybe I don't know. It was kind of weird. They show Hillary's husband, her 5th husband, a lot. He just looks like he's like a yes guy, like he's just there for like he was a door guy, you know what I mean? Oh, Cecile says, "I can't watch The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City anymore. It reminds they just scream at each other." Yeah. Wait, who's Tori? Oh, the real money. She got yeah. Oh, Tori Spelling's money. I worry about Tori Spelling too. The way I worry about these people. Oh, I thought Luna was getting up on the couch with me. She's not. Yeah, I do wonder if I don't know. Dr. Phil used to say, we're talking a lot about money, but it's because that show is all about money, and I just don't think they have it. And I don't think a lot of housewives have it anymore either, or never had it. But the fact that Dr. Phil used to say you don't fix money problems with money, what that means, it makes me think of Tori Spelling and how her mom has a lot of money left from her husband. The dad, Aaron Spelling, left Tori Spelling with 800,000. She's blown through that already. Means she didn't, put it to make more money for her. She works a lot, but I'm not really sure where it goes. And you don't fix money problems with money. In other words, if her mom keeps paying for the private schools and the rental house and all this stuff that she was paying for, that clearly hasn't helped Tori Spelling out financially. So I do agree that you don't fix money problems with money. Like somebody has to want to get their financial situation back on track. And sometimes that takes a hell of a lot of humility when you're someone that was raised with so much money like Tori Spelling was, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, like I said, Rosalind and Gail's relationship is weird. Okay, Romina's birthday party. So Romina is turning, I think 39, maybe 40. I can't remember. She's got like 3 kids, a little kid, lives on the water. I'm not sure if she's Palm Beach or West Palm Beach or where. Some of them said some were in Fort Lauderdale. Like hardly any of the group of 5 or 6 women live in Palm Beach. But anyways, she's hosting a party. She's from Uzbekistan. She came over when she was like 5. So that's part of Russia. Gail keeps saying Pakistan. And I'm like, she's not from Pakistan. She is saying Uzbekistan. If you don't know where that's at, then just ask her. So I thought that was really rude and I don't want to say inconsiderate. What's the word? Obnoxious, dismissive, like acting like she doesn't know or care what country she's from, which clearly she thinks a lot of being from Uzbekistan and being immigrants and rising to the success that she has. But she puts on the invitation, the party invitation, she puts out this text blast saying, gifts are not necessary, but if you want to bring a gift, please have it be cash. And she is adamant, like, this is what we do in Russia. Cash is king. We give cash. If cash is king, then all of your Russian friends and that culture will know that, and they will bring you cash. She's adamant that nobody shows up empty-handed to a birthday party. And I'm like, well, then they would know that. You don't put that on an invitation. But she was going to go to her grave with that. It was so disgusting. It was just, I don't know if Gail is mean or just old-fashioned. I probably like Maria the least. I probably like Hillary the most, although I think I'm going to change about her if they have a season 2. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, we are winding down on time. We've got to get into this Mary Cosby documentary on TMZ. It's 3 parts, an hour each, so you can skim through the commercials. I think it's also on Discovery Channel. We all knew that she had married her step-grandfather. What I assumed in season 1 of Salt Lake City was that it was a step-grandfather, like she must not know the grandma. They probably live states away. Maybe she saw them for holidays, whatever. No. They all grew up in this church. Mary was 3 years old when her grandmother, who's known as Mama, married this guy that was 20 years younger, who is Robert Sr. So if they got married, he probably knew Mary before she was 3 years old. So imagine now looking at a 3-year-old. This sounds like very much, what's that director dude? Woody Allen. It sounds like Woody Allen, how he married his stepdaughter, right? But this is the only grandfather that Mary and her 4 siblings know. He is it. There is no other grandfather. It is him. So she has known him her whole entire life. Mama died suddenly at age 65. She wasn't sick. I assumed she was sick on her deathbed and she was planning. And she literally called in Mary and Robert Sr. and was like, hey, I want y'all to get married and keep running this church. And they thought it was weird and they just did it for the sake of the church and respecting Mama. No. Mary was on the outs with Mama at the time. She had been basically, it's a Pentecostal church. She had been basically excommunicated. They call it disfellowshipped, but it meant she was making such crappy decisions in her life as like a 25, 26-year-old woman, married woman, since she was like 20, to a guy from the church. I mean, this is a very small church. It's like 300 people, like aunts, uncles, siblings, kids grew up. Like the same kids that were in the church singing at 4 years old are now 50-year-olds in the church, right? Their kids go there, their grandkids go there. Everyone knows everybody. And the fact that so many people came out on this documentary and said such awful things about Mary and Robert Sr. tells me probably more of them think that and just don't want to say it because it seems very scary. They very much seem intimidated and controlled by Mary and Robert Sr. on the money, the who they'll talk to, if Mary had an affair with this guy Cameron that was on Salt Lake City, which if you watch this documentary or just watch my videos, when you see all these cozy pictures, like one has Mary's tongue out near his cheek. I'm like, when you've got that many pictures that they pulled up of just them together, it was like they were on dates. I mean, her hand was through his arm. They're at like a formal event for one of them. I'm like, where was your husband? Like, why are you all cozied up with him? It was, Mama Judy says Mary might be donezo on Salt Lake City. The thing is, this documentary reminded me, which I had kind of forgotten and forgiven Mary. Nobody liked her in seasons 1 and 2. She was weird. The stuff about this cult, and people were saying that she acts like she's God and she asked for a lot of money. And now people were questioning, where's all the money coming from? How do you own all these houses? How do you own all these brand name clothing, these designer clothings? And now if you look at her Instagram, I don't know if it's always said this. I posted this yesterday. If she hasn't blocked me yet, let's see if she's blocked me yet. Miriam, she's not blocked me. Her Instagram says, entrepreneur, event specialist, Salt Lake City snowflake on Bravo TV, philanthropist and spiritual leader, faith fragrance fashion, whatever the hell that means. Very little. And then her stories are basically, and then her one thing is like, don't believe all the lies. So, who knows? It was interesting. Yeah, Cecile says, I liked her one-liners, but now they seem just mean. She had seemed mean in the first couple of episodes, and people were kind of wanting. Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay, I got distracted by mom duties. Yeah, Maria says Salt Lake is getting so bad. They're dragging out this cash trip into the finale this week. And everyone's saying Salt Lake City is the best this season. I'm like, what are y'all watching that I'm not watching? Because literally one whole episode was so lame and boring. I was like, why are y'all saying this is the best? Like, just because we have crap on TV for everything else doesn't mean that it was so good. I don't know. Yeah. Wait, what? Her ex doesn't have it. I don't know what Lisa's talking about. Did anyone see that Denise Richards' ex has a GoFundMe? Yeah, I think his mother set that up, right? His mother. Very interesting. Very interesting. The leaked audio, Mary doesn't even deny it. So she's asked about this. Basically, she's telling the congregation, y'all are stingy. Y'all only gave me 14 birthday cards. Well, the organist from the church is interviewed on this documentary. He's like, she didn't even thank me, but in the birthday card that I gave her was $1,000 cash. Now, I have always gone to very large churches. I've only gone to 2 churches since 1999, 1998, and they're very large churches. So I do not know our pastors intimately like that. We don't have dinner parties. We don't hang out. I would not give them a birthday card. I think it's weird that she was berating the congregation over not giving birthday cards and being stingy with their money. The fact that somebody took out their phone and recorded it means that she had already said some crazy things that they thought, you know what, I'm going to get this recorded for sure, right? We're going to go a little bit long. I just saw it's 2:01. Mama Judy says, I didn't like Married all the first couple seasons. Nobody did. And everyone on the show was talking about it being a cult. Jen Shaw was talking about it. Lisa was talking about it. Whitney was talking about it. They were all saying, we are hearing that she acts like she's God and talks about the difference between heaven and hell if they give money or not to the church. But Mama Judy enjoyed her the last couple seasons. Now I don't know. Salt Lake is getting pretty bad. They need a cash shakeup. That's what this documentary talks about, though, is how she didn't show up for the season 2 reunion. She didn't come back for season 3. In the last 2 seasons, she's been like happy-go-lucky, like a completely different Mary, like completely different. I'm convinced she probably did have an affair with this guy, Cameron, that was on Salt Lake City at one point, pretty much trying to tell Lisa everything, but he stopped short of actually saying an affair. But now in this documentary, we hear of at least 2 people that he absolutely told, yes, we had a sexual affair. She was also wanting a lot of money from me, kind of threatening me. I remortgaged my house for $300,000 for the church. That wasn't enough. So then I cut ties, quit the church. I don't want anything to do with her. Now it's on the documentary that he is the one that suggested that she go and get cast on Salt Lake City because he wanted all of her lies to be exposed. I think that's very interesting. Like he's still, he's since passed away. Like I think he passed away in like 2021, very soon after it aired on Salt Lake City. He had like not a brain lesion, a brain tumor or something. He had surgery or something and passed away. So now he can't tell us anything, but I feel like he had left people with enough information. For sure. And I still feel terrible. Lisa in Kentucky says, and all of us are feeling sorry for Mary when she was worried about her son's addiction. Absolutely. Now, to me, that as a mom, her as a mom, that is very different to me, right? Like I truly believe we all still have sympathy and empathy for her and going through what Robert Jr. is going through. But everything else that's coming out and how it seems like she's very cutthroat and very much wants money from the church and had this affair, which that's not all of it. It's just her acting like she's better. Like, why are you? I keep wondering why these housewives go on when they've got such skeletons. I'm not even watching Miami anymore. I think they're long. When they went away for so long, it really got me hard to watch it again. And at the time, there was so much good stuff going on, but now we don't really have a good Vanderpump Rules. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, 90 Day Fiance is still good. I don't know. Cecile says a lot of people don't believe the documentary. I don't know. They gave some pretty good proof, and all I've got is Mary saying, don't believe the lies. I think I wanted to believe that she didn't know her step grandfather her entire life. I wanted to believe that he didn't know her as a 3-year-old and then later married her and had a child with her. Like, oh my gosh, it was so gross. Okay, did we already talk about Andy Cohen? We did, about the high ratings. I think we all did. Anyways, what can we talk about? Will Trent and High Potential new seasons tomorrow night, baby. What is that? A TV show? I don't even know what that is. Anyways. Okay, well, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me. It's our first podcast of 2026. I don't know if I can do Fridays. I've got a funeral to attend, so I've got to get the exact time on that. They're still kind of narrowing things down. But anyways, we should go live Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, but make sure you're following me. Make sure you give a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. If you're listening as a podcast, make sure you scroll down and find where you can give a 5-star rating and review. I would very much appreciate it. Oh, High Potential. Oh, is that a TV show? See, I don't even watch any of that. Anyways. Okay. Bye, Chumpette. See you tomorrow. Or see you Wednesday.